Boris Johnson's army of negotiators will next week warn Brussels they must deliver a trade deal by the end of the year when post-Brexit talks resume. The Prime Minister's lead negotiator David Frost told his counterpart Michel Barnier Britain would not seek to delay its exit from the transition period. They agreed to hold 3 negotiating rounds between next week and June in the hope of making real, tangible progress in the negotiations. Despite coronavirus hampering recent talks, sources said the Prime Minister's Europe advisor would continue to work towards striking a deal that reclaims Britain's sovereignty from Brussels by the end of the transition period. It is understood after consulting a number of cabinet ministers, including First Secretary of State Dominic Raab, Mr. Frost decided to push. A No. 10 spokesman said the government's policy remains unchanged. Up to 11 teams of officials will start a round of week-long talks via video link on April 20 with further discussions planned in May and June. A joint statement said, David Frost, the UK's chief negotiator, and Michel Barnier, the European Commission's chief negotiator held a constructive meeting today via video conference. The two sides took stock of the technical work that has taken place since the first negotiating round on the basis of the legal texts exchanged by both sides. While this work has been useful to identify all major areas of divergence and convergence, the two sides agreed on the need to organize further negotiating rounds in order to make real, tangible progress in high-level talks between EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and Mr. Johnson in June will decide whether a deal is possible. The Prime Minister has made clear he is willing to cease negotiating with Brussels this summer in favour of preparing Britain to leave the bloc's single market and customs union on World Trade Organization terms. EU sources have said they expect the UK to request an extension to the transition period. Post-Brexit trade talks were thrown into disarray after both sides were forced to abandon face-to-face negotiations because of the coronavirus outbreak. Mr. Barnier last month announced that he had tested positive for COVID-19 while Mr. Frost went into self-isolation after displaying symptoms. Both have. The European Commission has said it would be willing to negotiate a delay if the government's position changes in the coming weeks. A spokesman yesterday said, the withdrawal agreement provides the possibility to extend the transition period up to 1 to 2 years. We have always said that we are ready to discuss such an extension. EU diplomats have ruled out any pay-as-you-go extension that would allow Britain to prolong the transition on a monthly basis while trade talks are still ongoing. A senior source said, this is a ridiculous idea. It is against the withdrawal agreement and undermines legal certainty. It also makes it unpredictable for business.